All right, Brad James, Daniel Allen down here. Got some new guys with us. Actually, this is their place. This is Bigfoot, Louie, and Willie. And this is Brad James and Daniel Allen. Of course, it's that name because you always hear it over and over and over when I do these videos. But anyway, we're looking at a new place, the Bottomlands. It's going to be real cool. Would you check it out? We'll let you know what we find out. All right. We got Bigfoot over here hollering first sip. Let's see what he's got.
There she is.
Dude, brilliant.
Couple pieces of pottery and some flakes in there as well.
Score!
Oh, wow. Yeah, nice.
Bingo.
Yanking.
PD. Yes, sir.
Yes. Woodland era. Nice job.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute.
That's Small Mountain.
There you go.
Small Mountain.
Willie.
First sip.
Willie, first sip, Mara Mountain. We were just talking about those.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Bottomland producing. Louie, you need to step it up, bro. I'm just kidding.
I know. I'm trying. Oh, yeah.
Hold on, this broken one don't have the bottom to it. That's a Yankee. Nice. Willie's on a piece of pottery here.
It's broke, but you
Nice.
can look inside, see how dark it is, the coarse grain.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
There's some more of that rhyolite material that we pull out from down here.
Yeah. This side doesn't usually produce as much rhyolite as that one side over there.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised by the amount of rhyolite we're pulling out today. But
These arms are heavy.
Uh-huh. It looks like a... Is it flat on the back of it?
yeah, it's flat, but
I don't know.
you see how thick it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just ain't no telling.
Excellent.
Put it in a flake pie.
Flake pie. Okay. There goes the smoker alert. Ouch.
We got a smoker.
So we moved off of here to do a little digging it in the woods adjacent to that field. And now
Can you spot it?
we heard the loud
Go
ding 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 ding.
That's holes here.
Beautiful.
The color.
Absolutely beautiful. Louie, you have been awake. I'm sorry all this time.
I was trying. It was building up for a good one.
Yes, it was.
I
You
was
did a
working
good
right
job.
there.
Excellent.
Woo.
Excellent work.
I popped it.
What?
You put the shovel in here.
And he sifted
I
it.
sipped
Oh,
it.
no, here we go with this again. Bigfoot break them up.
There we go.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you something that just happened to me. This is the honest to God's truth. It's never happened before. I saw this white piece of flint laying there. It was a triangular shape. And I reached down to pick it up, and I'm starting to move it, and it's mushing. It's bird shit. True story. Some days you're you're the bug. Some days you're the windshield, I guess. Keep it up.
This is what it's all about. Years ago.
That's exactly what it's all about. Third Dog Society with Bigfoot, Louie, Willie, and Daniel Allen at the Bottomland. Digging it. We'll be back. All right, they're hollering again. See what they found.
Got a broken base.
Nice.
Another one. Bites the dust.
Yes.
Broken.
We're digging it, as you can tell. Digging it.
Dirt Dollar Society.
We're digging it. They're over here honking about something. Let's see what they found. God, look at that. Look at that briar. Yikes.
I ain't even seen it yet. I put my shovel in there, and Dakota forgot
Okay.
him over here sifting, and he hollered out, "Richard, you got one."
Okay.
Ooh. That's my best find yet, dude.
That's
a point.
That's it, mate.
I swear I think that's the end of a Guilford. It's just long and slender like that.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Don't it?
It's got the size, like the width.
Yeah, I mean that's the width of most Guilfords. Man. Big
Heck
fun!
yeah.
I might want to dig around. I might find the rest of it.
Woo!
Wow. Talk to
One
me.
right there.
We are
We own
digging
'em.
it.
We just gonna keep
Digging it. Keep digging it. We're gonna dig it. Dirt Dog Society. Check with you soon. Well, Daniel and his broken digger. And see all the bugs in this picture? Look at all the bugs flying around. These are terrible. Well, that's a pretty easy fix. We'll use that new handle. Since the head's been welded and everything.
I'm just like,
Cool. Yes. The dirt dauber gods are smiling. This is a scraper. Just pulled it out of this hole right here. And here comes Bigfoot with something. What you got?
Little midsection.
Oh, I see. I swear, dude, that looks like another Guilford. Doesn't it? I mean, no, that's smaller. No, you're right. That's
Because
smaller.
right there is that Guilford.
Yeah. That's a lot wider. I mean, a lot thicker.
Right.
Like this way
Mm-hmm.
versus these. These were made to be on a point of an arrow.
Right.
Nice, dude. What
Good
a
stuff.
day. What a great day to be digging it. Good day to be digging it. I don't know if you can see all these, call them, well, I don't know. Can't say it on video, but gnats. They usually hang around dogs' private parts. So that'll sort of give you a clue. But these things are all over everything. I think they're trying to set up shop and have a little family in my ear. One of them tried to, I think, make babies in my eyeball. Or maybe you laid eggs, I don't know. I'll wake up with flies coming out of my head tomorrow. Great day to be a dirt dauber. We're digging it. Be back soon. Dirt Dauber Society, Brad James still here. My friends, we're doing some digging and sifting. Right before dark. This is when it's go time. Almost to the last sift call. That means hurry up and dig. About time to go, it's getting dark. Dirt Dauber Society, we are still digging it. Brad James, out.
Hey, y'all, it's Bigfoot. Brad James just hollered out smoker on his last sift. Let's see what he's got.
Y'all wait up. Check it out. Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. And that's a PD or caraway. What is that?
It looks different than a PD, but I'm thinking...
It's got a wider
Yeah,
base on it.
it does, definitely.
Interesting. But it's whole. It was the last one I did. So, Dirt Dauber Society, we're still digging it. We'll be back to you soon. Out.
Still digging it.
All right, this is today's haul. This is the stuff we found just today. Wonderful. Fantastic. It was a great day. Thank you, Lord, for beautiful weather and for letting us be dirt daubers and doing this. This was epic. Thank you. Wow. Unbelievable. Dirt Dauber Society. We have dug it and we will dig it again. Out. Brad James, Daniel Allen, coming back from our adventure with Bigfoot, Louie, and Willie on the Bottomlands. Found a lot of good stuff. Can't wait to put it out on the video. Look for Bottomland Adventure. Talk to you soon. Brad James, Dirt Dauber Society. We're still digging it. Out. Hey out there, it's Brad James, Dirt Dauber Society. We've got back into the saddle again. Kind of got used to going back out and looking and digging it. So, got to tell you about this little adventure we went on this past Sunday, and lo and behold, the next day, Monday, it was snowing. We live in a bipolar state. We live in North Carolina. As far as weather goes, it's bipolar. Anyway, so everybody kind of sheltered in place because it got 40 I put my long johns on too. Anyway, got a lot of stuff to show you. From a place we went to down off of this really big river from here, a really big river, and it's in the bottom area. So we call this the Bottomland. So that's what this episode was called. But lots of good stuff in that area. Once you get past the silt layer, I'll show you what we got. I'll turn the camera around and we'll go from there. Dirt Diver Society, we're still digging it. Okay, here's some stuff that we found. Pretty standard fare. I mean, you know, it's pretty much at any site that you find lots of flakes, chips, you know, pieces like that, you know, byproducts of things that, you know, the tools that they were making. Quarry blanks, you know, bigger pieces. What's interesting is we found these, and they're very red looking, and it's a quartz type material. And I don't know, maybe that's just weird, but they were, from what I understand, they were fire rock, and they would line their fire pits with them on the outside walls, and they'd get so hot they'd bust, but they would stay warm for a while. This is kind of an interesting piece. Kind of crazy looking, huh? Anyway, not sure what that is. And then some other quartz pieces. Then over here, we come to our pottery section. These are pieces of pottery we found, which kind of starts telling the date of all this stuff. It's, you know, we're looking at stuff probably from like the woodland period, early to middle, late woodland period. Pottery. There's some pieces here that are kind of interesting, and I'll go into a little deeper. This is a broken something. Not sure what it is, but it was big. Other pieces, quarry blanks. Really interesting thing right here. Pop that out. But another very interesting thing. I was thinking, this is a scraper. Anyway, and these two things, this one's interesting because it looks just like a potato, but it's heavy. And then this one, which I'll show you what that's for in a little bit. And then these points, these small actual arrow points. I would assume they're so small. There's some broken points here. Anyway, off from the woodland period. Very extremely good stuff. Great day. Good day to be a dirt dauber. And a good day to be digging it. I'll be following up here pretty soon with the wrap-up video. Dirt Dauber Society, Brad James, out. Hey out there, it's Brad James from Dirt Dauber Society. Once again, I'm gonna bore you to tears with all of our adventures. Stand by. So, I met some guys at the Artifact Show a month or so ago. The Artifact Show that I talked about doing an episode for, and I never did because I'm slack. Shoot me, whatever. So, but anyway, a guy, he goes by Bigfoot, and his brother, Willie, and their friend, Louie. So they start telling us, me and Daniel Allen, they start telling us about this place that it's either one of them's uncle or their grandpa or something owns, and it's in a floodplain of a really big, I mean, a substantial river. It's not, you know, it's not one of these 150 feet, you know, across rivers. It's a big one. But it's in the floodplain. So they have been finding some little pieces and stuff around, and I'll go look. And it's called the Bottomlands. That's where the name came from, because I said, man, the guy Bigfoot said, yeah, this is the Bottomlands. And it is. It's like a silt deposit. When the river gets out of its banks, it just puts silt, which is like a sandy mixture. And it's about 8 inches thick on top of the from the surface down. And you'll see little things, little flakes here and there on top of that. But once you get past deep under that, dig under that, like 6, 8 inches, sometimes 12 inches, you'll start finding really good dirt. You know, that's where you start finding things. And we did. Found some stuff. We kind of like moved away from the field part to the edge of a tree line, which to me, anytime things wash, it doesn't matter if it's an old tree line or if it's an overgrown tree line from an overcut years ago. I mean, you know, 100 years, 50 years, whatever. Any kind of roots in the ground are going to stop something from eroding, especially like an artifact. So we start looking towards that, where there's more roots. Initially, we got there, we found a few things. Bigfoot and Willie found a couple things. It's pretty neat, really fine, really awesome stuff. So everybody's like, eh. Then we started kind of running dry. But then start moving kind of over to the tree line, and I'm explaining to them that I think, my theory is like, it stops things from eroding. You know, larger things, artifacts, points, whatever, the tree roots catch them. So you dig around there, try not to disturb the tree roots, because you put the dirt back. Because we always are trying to be conscientious about, you know, you don't want to destroy a tree looking for a rock, right? But you just kind of look around it, dig it out, find it. Anyway, the main thing is we start finding stuff. I start finding things about a foot down in a hole. I just had to commit to digging a hole, to just going, okay, well, I'm just going to start digging right here. I got about 8 inches deep, started finding flakes. Really nice stuff. And kind of widened it out. Started digging down more. When I got to the dirt, that's when I started seeing stuff. So, here's a couple of things that I came up with. There's some video prior to this that shows kind of everybody's collective thing together. But anyway, this is stuff I find remarkable. It's from, most of everything we found is from like the woodland period. It's, you know, it's more of a recent period than some of the other stuff we've been finding, like the Guilfords and the Stanleys and stuff like that. Those are, you know, archaic, early archaic, middle archaic kind of things. This is the woodland period, but it's still fascinating. Why don't you look at this? That's a clay piece that I pulled out. See, it's still got the curvature on this inside of it. They used to take grass and stuff and weave baskets with them. And then they would line it with clay. About that thick, and let it dry. That's how they made this. So I used to think somebody sat there and went, but that's not what's happening. That was the thing that held the outside, the structure of this together, because they didn't have a pottery wheel. Anyway, fantastic stuff. Some more little pottery pieces. This is less pronounced. It's got some marks in it. Other pottery shards. All good stuff. Okay. Well, then I start looking around and I find this. What is that? Look how thick that is. But do you see that telltale sign? Sharpened. All the way around. What is this? Of course it's broken. You know, you tell the part's broken off, but what was that? I have no idea. And what era did it come from? I don't know. Of course, we're still kind of in the woodland period of what we're finding. So what is that? Interesting. And then find this. This is kind of cool. Here's another one. Look, the same. Is that a scraper? Was that part of an axe or something? I don't know. Lots of very, very interesting things that I can't really put a finger on what it is. This I pulled out, and it looks like a scraper at first glance, but it's sharpened all the way around. And I'm starting to think, was that an axe? This is from woodland period, so I don't know. Same place, I find this. Check this out. See the dimple? And right there. And this fits so perfectly in your hand like that. My thing is, I think this is what they call a nutting stone. And what I mean by that is, like, just pretend like this is a pecan or something, or a pecan, whichever you're from. And so it holds it like that, while you take another rock like this, smack it. I don't know. It's all theory right now. If anybody out there knows, let me know. I want to learn more about this. And finally, almost finally, I found this rock. I'm not sure what it is, but it looked just like a Idaho russet potato. But it's heavy and it's hard. It's not a potato. Not a potato. But seriously, the points we found, that's part of one. It looks like, to me, it was the beginnings of a PD pentagonal point, which is woodland. Found the very tip of one. I want you to look at that. Look at this. The work that went into that. And it's just like the very tip of something. So I guess it broke off from an arrow. Here's another one. Here again, it's just the very tip of what I guess was an arrow, an actual arrowhead point. Really cool. Here again from that same period of time. And then this one that I pulled out at the very end, right when we were getting ready to leave. Unbelievable. It's always the same thing. I get really desperate when it's about time to go. Call for a last sift. I'm really getting serious then. Of course, because it's about time to leave. That is fantastic. Thank you for coming along with us. We survived the Halloween ordeal. And I appreciate you viewing. Comment, please. Like us. Subscribe to us. Let's keep this going. History is definitely worth preserving, I think. Brad James, Dirt Dopper Society. Talk to you soon. Out.